Chapter 16. Inside the factory walls, John had been pacing up and down for nearly 30 minutes, and near to him, constantly checking his watch, was their supervisor, Pat Patanga, a short, muscular South African man with light brown skin, thick eyebrows, and a smooth, perfectly rounded bald head. "Over here quickly," he said, wearing wide overalls and rubber boots, watching Anders and Andrew pass through the gate lodge doors, rushing, almost falling down the steps. "We made it," Andrew said breathlessly. 6 o'clock on the nose." Patanga's eyebrows came together. He looked at John. "Your friend," he said. "Is he special?" "Apologies, Mr. Patanga," John said. "This won't happen again." "Well, for Ginger's benefit, I'll say this." Patanga stepped forward in his immaculate white overalls. "You're no good to me here at 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, I want you ready, working in the kill room. Not here, not outside these bloody gates, fingering your bloody arseholes. Understand?" He extended a finger. He pointed behind himself and they nodded. "Up there and ready," he said. "Got that?" Again, they nodded. "What about you, Ginger? You got that?" Patanga didn't wait for an answer. He set off now, and they followed, lagging behind slightly, with Anders trying to catch up to him. "Mr. Patanga," he said, and then paused, staring at the tall grey building in front of him, resembling a workhouse from Dickens' novel. "Kill room is up there," Patanga said. "This place was a mental asylum back in the 1850s. "That's very interesting, Mr. Patanga," Anders said, now side by side with him. "Don't be so bloody formal, boy. Call me Pet." "Pat Patanga," Andrew laughed. "Don't get funny, Ginger." Patanga looked over his shoulder. "Pat will do." He set off again, leading them down a tarmac path to the entrance of the grey building. "Pat," Anders said, "I was wondering about the other options here." He walked fast, keeping up with him. "I'm squeamish with blood and wondered about working on the loading bay instead." Patanga entered the building and pressed a button. 2 doors automatically opened. "If something comes up," he said, "you'll be the first to know." "But is there anywhere other than the kill room?" Anders said, almost on Patanga's shoulder as they climbed a stairwell, John and Andrew still lagging behind. "Yes," Patanga said, "but not today." They reached the top of the stairs, passing laundry baskets with linen hanging from them, crumpled and smeared with blood. Then they entered a corridor, a long one with windows on one side. It smelt like a butcher's shop. Anders covered his mouth with his shirt collar. "Today," Patanga went on, "as with most days, we're short on the kill room floor." He pressed another button. Another door opened. "We need 2 for spinal cord duty and 1 slops guy." "Slops?" Anders said. "Yeah," Patanga said, kicking through some double doors. "You see, some workers take out the shit we don't eat, like innards and organs, and they dump all that shit into a bucket, a slops bucket." Patanga was laughing now. They followed him down another corridor. The smell was growing stronger. "You'll know when you get there," he said. "Those buckets fill up fast. Can be a dangerous place to work in a kill room. Slops guys plays an important role. Keeps the place tidy and less shitty." He stopped at a vending machine and fed the slot $1. "You're our slops guy," he said, reaching under the plastic flap for his Coke. "You'll do us proud, yes?" They went down another corridor, one as plain and as white as Patanga's overalls. They dodged more laundry baskets, past a glum-faced porter arguing with a set of keys, then turned, entering the changing rooms. "I'll fetch your stuff," Patanga said, disappearing through a doorless hatch. "I won't be long." Anders looked around. There were wooden benches and pegs with clothing, shoes and socks on the wet floor, clouds of steam drifting in from the shower block, and a naked man searching for his towel. "Come now, boys," Patanga said, suddenly appearing, dropping rubber boots on the floor, handing out tops and bottoms. "Take off your clothes. Strip." He stood on a bench drinking his Coke. "Hurry up." Everything he gave them was white, apart from one thing. "My top is red," Anders said. "Why is that?" "Is that not obvious, slops guy?" Patanga laughed and sipped Coke. "Actually," he said, "let me swap that for you. You'll want a long-sleeved one to cover those wounds." Patanga disappeared, and returned with a red top with long sleeves. He passed it to Anders and handed out 3 face masks. "We were vaccinated yesterday," Anders said. "True," Patanga said, "but for now you wear a mask." "Fantastic," Anders said, staring at John. "All that yesterday was for nothing." "What's got Slopsky agitated?" Patanga asked. "The vaccination shot," John said. "He thinks it was for nothing." "Not necessarily," Patanga said, sipping more coke. 2 weeks from now he'll be fully immune. Won't need a mask then." "And if I'm on the loading bay?" Anders said. "Then you won't have to worry," Patanga laughed. "There's no catching Q fever down there, not unless Gollum pays you a visit." "Who's Gollum?" Andrew asked. All 3 looked at Patanga. "You'll find out soon enough," Patanga said. "Come now, best not keep him waiting."